Listen closely, because this message is not coincident, not random, and not something you stumbled upon by accident. There is a reason your heart paused when you read these words. There is a reason something inside you feels alert, even a little uneasy. God is speaking to you today in a way that cuts through confusion, emotion, and illusion. He says He loves you, but God is pulling the mask off. And this is not to hurt you, but to protect you, to free you, and to align you with truth. There are relationships in your life that look loving on the surface. The words sound right. The gestures seem kind. The promises feel convincing. But deep within your spirit, there has been a quiet discomfort you could never fully explain. You tried to ignore it. You told yourself you were overthinking. You prayed for clarity, yet part of you feared what the answer might be. Today, God is answering that prayer. God sees what you cannot see. He hears what is said behind closed doors. He knows what is happening in secret places, in hidden intentions, in motives that are disguised as love. Humans see behavior. God sees the heart. And when God decides to pull a mask off, it is because what is hidden is dangerous to your destiny. This message is not about creating fear. It is about awakening discernment. There is someone who says they love you, but the love does not bring peace. Instead, it brings confusion, anxiety, self-doubt, or spiritual heaviness. Real love from God brings clarity, not chaos. It brings growth, not shrinking. It strengthens your faith, not weakens it. If someone's presence constantly pulls you away from who God is shaping you to be, that is not love aligned with heaven. God is gentle, but He is also fierce in protection. When you belong to Him, He does not allow deception to remain hidden forever. You may have wondered why certain situations suddenly feel exposed, why conversations feel awkward, why truths are slipping out unintentionally. This is not coincidence. This is divine intervention. God is allowing the mask to crack because your future cannot be built on lies. There are people who love the idea of you, but not the calling on your life. They love what you give, not who you are becoming. They love your kindness, your loyalty, your silence, but they do not love your strength, your boundaries, or your obedience to God. When you start growing spiritually, masks become uncomfortable. What once blended in now feels obvious. What once felt safe now feels wrong. You may feel grief as this happens. You may feel betrayed, disappointed, or even angry. God understands that pain. He does not minimize it. But He is asking you not to cling to what He is revealing. Sometimes we confuse familiarity with love. We confuse history with destiny. We confuse attachment with purpose. God is gently but firmly separating you from what no longer aligns with His plan. Understand this clearly: exposure is mercy. If God did not love you deeply, He would let you continue believing the lie. He would let you stay comfortable in deception. But He is too invested in your future to let that happen. The mask coming off is not punishment. It is protection. There are subtle signs God has already been showing you. Inconsistencies that didn't make sense. Energy shifts you couldn't explain. Words that sounded loving but actions that contradicted them. Moments when your spirit felt uneasy for no clear reason. These were not imagination. That was discernment trying to speak before your emotions drowned it out. God is asking you to trust Him more than your feelings right now. Feelings can lie when they are attached to hope, loneliness, or fear of loss. God's truth never lies. And His truth is steady even when it hurts. When He removes the mask, He also removes confusion. Over time, you will see clearly why this exposure was necessary. You may be tempted to confront, to argue, to demand explanations. Sometimes God does not want you to fight. He wants you to observe. Let the truth reveal itself fully. Let the mask fall on its own. Silence often exposes more than confrontation. Distance often reveals more than debate. There is also a warning in this message. Do not try to put the mask back on once God has removed it. Do not romanticize what He has clearly shown you. Do not explain away red flags because of memories, promises, or potential. God deals in truth, not potential. He deals in what is, not what you hope someone will become. God is not asking you to hate anyone. He is asking you to choose wisdom. You can forgive without allowing access. You can love from a distance. You can release without bitterness. Protecting your heart does not make you cruel, it makes you obedient. As this mask comes off, you may notice resistance. The person may suddenly change behavior, make emotional appeals, or shift tactics. This is common when deception is exposed. Do not be moved. Stay grounded in prayer. Ask God for peace, not explanations. Peace is confirmation. God is also reminding you of who you are. You are not desperate for love. You are not incomplete. You are not running out of time. You are chosen, protected, and guided. You do not need counterfeit affection when divine love surrounds you. Anything that requires you to silence your faith, your intuition, or your values is not sent by God. There is something better ahead, but you cannot receive it while holding on to what is false. Empty hands receive new blessings. Clear vision attracts aligned connections. Obedience opens doors that emotion keeps closed. Right now, God is strengthening your discernment. After this season, you will no longer ignore red flags. You will no longer settle for surface-level love. You will recognize truth faster. You will trust your spirit more. This experience is sharpening you, not breaking you. You may feel lonely for a moment, but loneliness in truth is better than company in deception. God often removes people before He replaces them. Do not rush the process. Do not fill the gap with distractions or substitutes. Let God heal, reset, and realign you. Remember this: not everyone who says "I love you" loves you with purity. Not everyone who stays deserves access. Not everyone who started the journey is meant to finish it with you. God decides seasons, not people. If your heart feels heavy right now, let God carry it. If your mind feels overwhelmed, let God quiet it. If your spirit feels alert, that is because truth is settling in. This message came to you because you are strong enough to receive it and wise enough to act on it. God is not taking love away from you. He is removing what pretended to be love so that real love can find you. He is pulling the mask off not to embarrass, but to liberate. Not to destroy, but to protect. Not to confuse, but to clarify. Stay close to God in this season. Pray before reacting. Listen before speaking. Trust before doubting. What feels like loss now will soon feel like relief. What hurts now will soon make sense, and above all, remember this truth: God sees you. God loves you. God is guiding you. And whatever He is revealing today is for your highest good. Even if your heart needs time to catch up, be still. Let the mask fall. Let the truth stand. Let God lead you forward. Take a deep breath and let these words settle into your spirit, because what God is doing right now is deeper than a single moment of realization. This is a process of awakening, and you are in the middle of it. When God pulls the mask off, He also begins to restore parts of you that were slowly being drained without you noticing. You may suddenly realize how tired you have been. Not just physically, but emotionally and spiritually. That exhaustion did not come from loving too much, it came from loving in a place where truth was missing. False connections require constant effort to maintain illusions. Real love does not exhaust your soul. It energizes it. It feels steady, not fragile. God is showing you how much of yourself you were shrinking to keep someone else comfortable. You silenced your questions. You lowered your standards. You explained away behaviors that hurt you. You told yourself love requires patience, and it does, but love never requires self-betrayal. God never asked you to abandon your discernment to prove your loyalty. There is relief coming, even if right now there is sadness. Relief comes when you no longer have to guess, overthink, or read between lines. Relief comes when truth is out in the open, even if it changes everything. God values your peace more than your attachments. You might be tempted to look back and blame yourself for not seeing it sooner. Let that guilt go. You were operating with the information and emotional capacity you had at the time. God does not shame you for trusting, He honors your ability to love. What He is correcting is not your heart, but the direction you allowed your heart to lean. This exposure is also teaching you how God speaks. Sometimes He whispers through discomfort. Sometimes He nudges through repetition. Sometimes He shouts through revelation. Learn this language. It will serve you in every area of your life going forward. Notice how your prayers are changing. You are no longer asking God to fix someone else. You are asking Him to guide you. You are no longer begging for clarity, you are receiving it. That shift is maturity. That is growth. That is alignment. God is asking you to stop questioning His timing. If the mask came off now, this was the only moment your heart was strong enough to handle it. Earlier, it might have broken you. Later, it might have delayed your destiny. God's timing is precise, even when it feels painful. There may also be a sense of anger rising in you. That is natural. Do not suppress it, but do not let it control you. Bring it to God. Let Him transform it into wisdom instead of bitterness. Bitterness ties you to the past. Wisdom releases you into the future. What God is removing from your life cannot follow you where He is taking you. Certain doors require freedom, not attachment. Certain blessings require clarity, not confusion. Certain callings require solitude, not compromise. This season is not empty, it is intentional. You are also being invited into deeper self-respect. You are learning that love should feel safe, not uncertain. That communication should be consistent, not selective. That honesty should be natural, not forced. These realizations are gifts, even if they arrive wrapped in disappointment. God may be calling you to step back without explaining yourself. Closure does not always come from conversation, sometimes it comes from acceptance. You do not owe anyone access to your heart after God has revealed the truth to you. As the mask continues to fall, you may see patterns you missed before. You may recognize how often your needs were minimized, your feelings redirected, your intuition dismissed. This awareness is not meant to make you angry, it is meant to make you free. Remember, God does not expose without intention. He exposes so you can choose differently next time. So you can recognize real love when it appears. So you can walk confidently instead of cautiously. There is healing happening quietly within you. Each time you choose peace over engagement, clarity over comfort, obedience over attachment, something inside you strengthens. You are becoming more grounded, more aware, more secure in who you are. You are not losing someone who was meant to stay. You are being released from someone who could not walk with you into truth. That is not rejection, that is redirection. Stay patient with yourself as emotions fluctuate. Some days you will feel strong, other days you will miss what you thought was real. Both are part of healing. God walks with you in every moment, not just the strong ones. What is coming into your life next will not require you to question your worth. It will not require you to decode mixed signals. It will not require you to betray your faith. It will feel aligned, steady, and peaceful. Trust God in this moment. Even when your heart aches, even when memories surface, even when loneliness whispers lies, God's truth is louder, even when it feels quiet. This is not the end. This is the clearing. This is the moment before alignment. This is the space where God removes illusion so He can reveal purpose. Stay present with this moment, because now God is working on something even deeper than the relationship itself. He is reshaping how you see yourself, how you receive love, and how you recognize truth. When a mask comes off, it doesn't only reveal another person's intentions, it reveals where you were taught to tolerate less than you deserved. God is gently showing you the roots of attachment. Not to shame you, but to heal you. You may be realizing how fear of losing someone kept you quiet. How the desire to be chosen made you patient beyond wisdom, how hope sometimes replaced discernment. These realizations are not signs of weakness. They are signs of readiness for change. You are learning that love does not need to be chased, proven, or earned through endurance. What comes from God flows freely and consistently. It does not appear strong one moment and disappear the next. It does not confuse silence with mystery or neglect with depth. There is a part of you that feels embarrassed for believing the words you heard. Release that shame. You were responding to what you were shown, not what was hidden. Deception thrives in secrecy, not in trust. God never condemns trust. He corrects direction. God is also removing the need for validation from places He never assigned to carry that weight. You were never meant to receive your worth from another human's attention. When you gave that power away, it created imbalance. Now God is restoring authority back to you. You may notice that your intuition is becoming sharper. Things that once felt confusing now feel obvious. Situations you would have explained away now feel unacceptable. That is growth. That is discernment maturing. It is important in this season not to rush into replacing what is being removed. God is teaching you to sit in truth without immediately filling the space. Emptiness is not absence. It is preparation. Silence is not loneliness, it is alignment. There may be moments when the person whose mask was removed tries to re-enter your emotional space. They may speak differently now, promise differently now, appear differently now. Be careful. Temporary change is not the same as transformation. God looks for consistent fruit, not urgent apologies. Do not confuse intensity with sincerity. Real love does not need dramatic declarations to convince you. It shows up calmly, steadily, and honestly over time. If something requires you to constantly question, it is not rooted in truth. God may also reveal other areas of your life where masks exist. Friendships, environments, habits, even beliefs about yourself. This season is broader than one relationship. It is a cleansing, a reset, a return to authenticity. You are being invited to live without pretending, without minimizing, without explaining yourself into exhaustion. You do not need to justify your boundaries to anyone who refuses to respect them. God is proud of your obedience, even when it costs you emotionally. Heaven sees every tear you cried in silence, every prayer you whispered at night, every moment you chose faith over fear. Nothing was wasted. You may feel a new sense of strength emerging. Quiet strength. Not the kind that needs to announce itself, but the kind that stands firm without noise. This strength comes from knowing who you are and whose you are. The future God is preparing for you requires emotional freedom. It requires clarity of vision. It requires a heart that is no longer entangled with confusion. This is why the mask had to come off now. Let go of the idea that exposure ruined something beautiful. Truth did not destroy love, it revealed what love was not. What is real will remain. What is false cannot survive light. You are stepping into a season where you will no longer ignore your inner warnings. You will pause, pray, and listen. This will save you time, energy, and heartache in ways you cannot yet fully see. Stay anchored in God. Read His Word. Sit quietly with Him. Let Him speak beyond noise and emotion. He will guide you step by step. This part of your journey is building discernment, resilience, and peace. You are becoming someone who chooses alignment over attachment, truth over comfort, and purpose over illusion. Do not look back longing for what God has clearly brought you out of. Look forward with trust. Something healthier, purer, and more aligned is ahead. The mask is off. The lesson is settling. The healing is ongoing. Now let your heart become quiet, because this is where peace begins to replace pain. This is where understanding slowly rises, not all at once, but gently, layer by layer. God never rushes healing. He walks with you through it, steady and patient, until what once hurt no longer controls you. You are entering a season of clarity that will feel unfamiliar at first. When chaos leaves, silence can feel strange. When emotional turbulence ends, calm can feel empty. Do not mistake this calm for loss. This is stability. This is safety. This is your nervous system learning that it no longer has to stay alert for disappointment. God is rebuilding your trust, not just in others, but in yourself. You are learning that you can listen to your intuition, that you can say no without guilt, that you can step back without explaining. These are not acts of selfishness. They are acts of stewardship over your heart. What was revealed had to be revealed so you could stop questioning yourself. So you could stop doubting what you felt. So you could stop blaming your sensitivity for someone else's inconsistency. God is restoring your confidence in your discernment. There will come a day, sooner than you think, when you will look back and feel gratitude instead of grief. Not because the experience was good, but because it taught you what you will never accept again. Wisdom often comes wrapped in heartbreak. But it stays with you long after pain leaves. God is also preparing your heart for love that feels different. Love that is clear. Love that is secure. Love that does not hide behind masks or games. Love that does not require you to guess where you stand. When that love arrives, it will feel calm, not intoxicating. It will feel safe, not urgent. And you will recognize it because of what you have learned now. Until that moment, let God be enough. Let Him fill the spaces that were emptied. Let Him remind you daily that you are already chosen, already valued, already complete. You do not need to be pursued by confusion to feel worthy. Release the last traces of bitterness. Forgive. Not to excuse what happened, but to free yourself from carrying it forward. Forgiveness is not reconciliation, it is release. God is strong enough to handle justice. Your job is peace. You have grown. Even if you don't fully see it yet, you are not the same person who entered this situation. Your awareness is deeper. Your standards are higher. Your faith is stronger. That is evidence of God's work in you. As you move forward, trust the quiet confidence God is giving you. You will no longer need constant reassurance. You will know when something is right, because it will align with peace instead of tension. You will walk away sooner from what feels off, not because you are afraid, but because you are free. God did not allow the mask to fall to leave you empty. He allowed it to fall so you could live unburdened. So you could breathe again. So you could become fully present in your own life. You are not behind. You are not foolish. You are not broken. You are being refined. Thank God for what was revealed, even if your heart still aches a little. Thank Him for loving you enough to protect you. Thank Him for leading you out before deeper damage could occur. From this moment forward, choose truth over illusion. Choose peace over patterns. Choose God over fear. He is with you. He always has been, and now, with the mask removed and your heart awakening, you can finally move forward, lighter, wiser, and free.